Okay, we're at Sunset Point looking for some leafcutter ants who are going to take part in an experiment for me. I'm going to see what happens when I put a sheet of paper down right in their path. See how they respond to that. We'll leave it there for a minute and see what they do. And they're all beginning to pile up on this side of the paper because their scent track has been disrupted. But hopefully they're going to start finding a route across it. Some might go round. Okay, so one or two are now starting to cross the paper, but they seem not really to know where they're going. They're just going around in circles, some of them. Okay, well, these ants are now crossing the paper. There's still quite a few here that are somewhat confused, but whereas a few minutes ago they wouldn't even go on the paper, they're now going onto the paper, maybe picking up the odd line of scent and trying to find their way across. So I'm going to make a bit of carbon mixture just to keep it in the theme of carbon. Now mix that with a bit of oil from the kitchen. With a paintbrush. And I'm just going to paint a line on that paper and see how the ants respond to that. And I'd like to see whether or not they're prepared to cross this line of soot or carbon. If I leave a gap in the middle, I'd like to see if they prefer that to going across the black line. So I've made a little gateway for them in the middle, but they're still leaving a few footprints around the edge. So they go up to it, but they don't want to go into it. So hopefully soon there'll be a clear track they'll have made here, and there should be a free flow of ants going through this gateway. Oh God, they really are across it now. I think I can deduce that they get confused by a sheet of paper, that they won't cross it initially, but once one or two have found their way across, the others will follow. I would say that the most interesting thing is that they're making choices. They're deciding where to go. They're not just operating in a haphazard way. They come up to it, they look at it, they back off, and eventually they find their way through the gap in the middle. So making choices and learning. I would say they're definitely learning and forging a new pathway through the middle of my drawing. I think it's quite nice. It looks like there's a sort of magnetic attraction going on here, as though these are iron filings, but they are in fact the tiny footprints of the ants who had made little forays into the oily line and then backed off again. So as a drawing, I would say it's a collaboration really between myself and a large number of ants.